So in this video we will discuss about, first of all, arrow keys. There are 4 arrow keys on the keyboard. Using these arrow keys we can move the cursor on the screen. This is up arrow key and this is present here on the keyboard. And second one is down arrow key. This is the down arrow key. And next one is left arrow key. This is the left arrow key where I'm moving the mouse pointer. And next is the fourth one is the right arrow key. This is how the right arrow key looks like, and this is the position where this right arrow key is present. So these are the 4 arrow keys. Using these arrow keys, what we can do, we can move the cursor. Let me show you the cursor and how to use these arrow keys. So I'm going to open here Notepad first, then on-screen keyboard. Now you can see here blinking line. This blinking line is called cursor. As I will press alphabet key, any alphabet key from the keyboard, you can see alphabet is typed and cursor is shifting towards right. And if I type few more letters using alphabet keys, so you can see cursor is shifting. Okay, and I will press this longest key to give a space. This is a space bar key. So I'm going to type, okay, I'm using this on-screen keyboard for typing. And after that I have pressed enter key, okay, to bring the cursor to the next line. Now cursor is blinking in the next line. Let me show you again. After typing this G, the cursor is after the end of the G. Then we will press enter key from the keyboard and cursor will come to next line. There are 2 enter keys on the keyboard. This one is the first and this one is the second. We can use either of one. Now in the second line I'm going to type one more sentence, okay, and to give a space we will use here, okay, space bar longest key, and then again we will use space bar. So I have typed these 2 lines, okay. I have not used a question mark, but we will learn how to use question mark, don't need to worry. So I have typed here 2 lines and we can see here cursor is blinking after U. Okay, this blinking line is called cursor. Now we will use these arrow keys to move the cursor. These are the 4 arrow keys. This is up arrow key, this is down arrow key, this is left arrow key, and this is right arrow key. First I will use up arrow key. So if I press this key, up arrow key, you can see the cursor has moved up after the word warm after M. Now cursor is blinking after M. Now if I use here, okay, if I press right arrow key, now you can see cursor has shifted towards right. If I press it one more time, it is after G. Okay, if I press right arrow key once more, it is after O. So it is moving towards right side. Okay, if I want to move it towards left side, so we can press this left arrow key. This is the left arrow key, and we will press this left arrow key once. So you can see it has moved towards left of O. Now again it has moved towards left of G. So it is moving left side. As I'm clicking, we can see the cursor is moving left side and it is blinking at the same time. Okay. So, and if we want to move it down in the next line, we can use this down arrow key. If I use this down arrow key, you can see the cursor has moved downwards. Okay, this is the down arrow key. So this is how we can use arrow keys to move the cursor on the screen. Now I will close this on-screen keyboard as well as this notepad. Next is backspace key. Backspace key is used to erase the letters to the left side of the cursor. I have shown you the cursor. Cursor is a blinking line. So this is the picture of keyboard, and this key is known as backspace key. On keyboards, sometimes the backspace is also mentioned. Okay, the backspace word is also there along with this arrow. Okay, that is pointing towards left side, or we can say it is a backward arrow. Okay, so on some keyboards it is okay, there is backspace is also printed, or we can say this word is also there along with this arrow. Okay, now for what purpose backspace key is used, we will see it practically. Okay, theoretically what is there, that we can erase. Erase means we can remove. As while writing, okay, in a notebook, sometimes we write incorrect spellings. So what we do, we erase it with a eraser, or okay, or we can say we rub it with eraser. So similarly, while typing, sometimes we do typing mistakes. So to remove those mistakes, okay, to remove those letters which exactly, what we can do, we can use backspace key. Using backspace key, we can remove or erase the letters that are present or that are present on the left side of the cursor. Let me show you practically how. I am going to open on-screen keyboard again, then notepad, and again we will type here, okay, quickly. Okay, I'm going to type here one sentence. Okay, how are you? And now you can see the cursor is blinking after U, and on the left, this U is present on which side? Left side of the cursor. Okay, and if we press this, this is the backspace key on the keyboard, on screen keyboard. Okay, and you can see backspace is not written here or mentioned here, only arrow is there. Okay, so if I press this key once, you can see U is removed, or we can say erased. Now you can see the cursor is blinking, okay, in front of O, and we can say that O is present. Okay, O is on the left side of the cursor. So if I press backspace key again, so now O is also erased or removed. So when we press backspace key, whatever letter that is present on the left side of the cursor, that will get erased. Okay, so this is the use of backspace key. Now I'm going to close this window and this one, also this keyboard. Now next is delete key. Delete key does, okay, opposite of backspace key. What delete key do? Delete key is used for what purpose it is used? It is used to erase the letters that are present on the right side of the cursor. I have shown you that backspace key is used for deleting the letters which are present on the left side of the cursor. But if we want to delete the letters which are on the right side of the cursor, then which key will we use? We will use delete key. So on keyboard, this key is known as delete key. In some keyboards, the complete spelling delete is there on the key, but in few keyboards, only first three letters, that is DEL, will be there on the keyboard. So this is how you can locate or you can recognize delete key. Okay, either what will be there, DEL will be written, or we can say mentioned on the key, or complete word will be there. So let me show you the on-screen keyboard again to show the delete key. So this is the delete key. You can see here DEL is there. Okay, the first three letters of delete. So this is the delete key. How to use it? To use it, I will open here Notepad application. How to open on-screen keyboard and Notepad, as I have told you earlier, we will learn it later on, not in this class. Now in this Notepad, I'm going to type two words, good morning. And now we will learn how to delete the letters that are present on the right side. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use these arrow keys to shift the cursor. So I'm using right arrow key to shift the cursor. Now you can see here the cursor is between O and R. Cursor is blinking between O and R. Now R is present on right side of the cursor and O is present on left side of the cursor. If I press delete key from the keyboard, this key, then what will happen? The R will get deleted, or we can say erased. If I press delete key, so you can see R is removed or R is erased. But if I press backspace key, then O will get removed. So this is the difference between backspace and delete. Let me show you again. If I press, now you can see on the left hand side M is present on the left hand side of the cursor, and on the right hand side N is present. So if I want to delete N, that is present on right side of cursor, then we have to press delete key. And if I want to delete the letter which is present on left side of the cursor, that is M, then we will press backspace key. So this is how the delete key and backspace key works. So remember the difference between backspace key and delete key. So I'm going to close this for the time being and this keyboard too at the same time. Next is punctuation keys. In English language, while writing English sentences, you may have noticed that you are placing their symbols like full stop, question mark. While writing a question, you place a symbol question mark to end the question. For writing journal statements, we are placing full stop. So these symbols are also known as punctuation marks. So what are punctuation marks or the punctuation keys? The keys on which the special symbols are present that are used for typing paragraph or sentences in an English language. Let me show you the keyboard. On the keyboard, these are the keys. This is the key, this one is the first key, this is second, this is third, this is fourth, and this is fifth. So these keys contains few punctuation marks. So these are also known as punctuation keys. Now let me show you some punctuation symbols. So this is full stop symbol, that is also known as punctuation mark. And this is present on this key. And second is comma. This comma is present on this key. Next is question mark. So this is the question mark here on this key. And if you observe carefully, all these keys are having two symbols. How to type this symbol that is above the symbol, we will discuss in the upcoming topic, in the next topic. For the time being, just let us discuss the punctuation keys. So here last one is sign of exclamation. This is also a punctuation mark, and this is present above the number key, that is 1. This is the numeric key 1, and here this is the punctuation key. This is also known as punctuation key. Why? Because it contains punctuation symbol, that is exclamation mark. So as per the symbol available on the key, we can differentiate or we can name the keys. So all these are punctuation marks, examples of punctuation marks, or we can say wherever these symbols are present, these are punctuation keys. Now let me show you on the keyboard, on screen keyboard, these keys along with the symbols. So look at this. This is the first key, okay, and this key is having two symbols. One is this less than symbol, and below it comma is there, and second key is this one. This is greater than symbol, and below this there is a full stop. This key is having question mark, one symbol, and second is this forward slash. This key is on the top, on this corner there is a colon, and this is a semicolon. All these are punctuation marks. This is, okay, inverted commas, you will use this in English language, and this is, okay, apostrophe, okay, apostrophe s, as you type apostrophe s in, okay, English language. And this is the sign of exclamation that is present above, okay, the numeric key, that is number key 1. So there are symbols, okay, and these symbols are what? Punctuation marks. So I will open now my on screen, okay, notepad to type these few of these symbols. If I want to type this symbol that is below, okay, then I can directly press this key. You can see comma is printed. Now we'll press this longest key, space bar, to give a space, and the symbols which are below, okay, we can directly type them by pressing the key. That is, if I press this key, okay, full stop is printed, a dot, okay, full stop. So but if you have observed, when I'm pressing this key, this symbol that is less than and greater than, this is not printed, but it is there. How to print the symbols, or how to type the symbols that are present above the, okay, key, okay, that is above any key, okay. So like number keys are also having symbols above them. So how to type these symbols we will learn in the next topic. Okay, so I have shown you how to type few symbols that are present below, okay, like there are keys on which two symbols are there, and we are typing the symbols which are present below, okay, on the key. Like if I want to play the type the semicolon that is present here, this is colon and this is semicolon, then I can, if I click over it, okay, so this is semicolon, this symbol I have typed it. If I want to type apostrophe, I will I will press here space bar key, and if I press this key, this is apostrophe, okay, as we type apostrophe s, okay. So we will use this. So this covers up the punctuation key.